Let's talk about solar power's biggest and maybe most misunderstood paradox. Its hidden battle with heat. Now, you'd think, right, that more sun automatically means more power. But the reality? Well, it's a lot more complicated than that, and it could be silently killing your system's efficiency.
So this is the big question, isn't it? On those scorching, sun-drenched summer days, exactly when you'd expect your system to be cranking out power, it can suddenly start to underperform, or sometimes even shut down entirely. What in the world is going on here?
Yeah, we call this the Great Solar Paradox. It's a super frustrating, but also incredibly common thing for solar owners just about everywhere. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why it happens, and more importantly, how it affects every single part of your setup.
Okay, so the whole problem really starts with this number, 60 degrees Celsius. See, your solar panels are officially rated for performance under these perfect lab conditions, right? We're talking a cool 25 degrees Celsius. But out there in the real world, sitting on a hot roof, their surface temperature can easily skyrocket past 60 degrees Celsius. And that huge temperature gap, that's where all the trouble begins.
To really get what's happening, we have to look at a fundamental law of electricity. It's a simple formula. Power equals voltage times current. This little equation, it governs the behavior of your entire system. And heat, well, heat throws a massive wrench right into the whole thing. Let me show you how that plays out. So imagine a cool sunny day. Your panel's voltage is nice and high, and everything's running just fine. But then, on a really hot day, that extra heat actually causes the voltage to drop. And to maintain the same power output, your system has to compensate. How? By pulling way more electrical current through the wires. And believe me, that extra current is the real villain of our story. And that's because higher current kicks off this vicious cycle of waste. This formula right here shows that the energy lost as heat in your wiring doesn't just go up a little, it goes up with the square of the current. Just think about that for a second. If you double the current, you don't just get double the wasted heat. No, you get 4 times as much. It's a runaway problem that just keeps feeding on itself. And here's the most important part to understand. This is not just a panel problem. It's a system-wide chain reaction. So let's trace exactly how this heat-induced stress goes on to attack the 4 most critical points in pretty much every solar setup. So, first up, the panels themselves. Beyond that immediate voltage drop that's already lowering their output, that excessive heat can create what are called hot spots. These are little areas on the panel that can overheat so badly they cause permanent, irreversible damage to the solar cells. That's slowly degrading your investment over time. Second point of failure, your wiring. All that extra current we were just talking about, it forces your cables to work overtime, and that makes them heat up, sometimes dramatically. Now, this doesn't just waste your precious energy, it can actually soften or even melt the wire's protective insulation, and that creates a very serious fire hazard. Third, we've got the heart of your energy storage, the batteries. And let me tell you, heat is their absolute worst enemy. It speeds up the internal chemical reactions, which drastically shortens their lifespan. And if you have lithium batteries, it's even more serious. Poor heat management can trigger this really dangerous, unstoppable chain reaction called thermal runaway, where the battery basically just cooks itself from the inside out. And finally, we have the brain of your whole system, the inverter. Now, inverters are smart. They have these built-in self-preservation instincts. When they get too hot, they protect themselves by derating. That's a fancy word that just means they deliberately cut their own power output. And in extreme heat, they'll just shut down completely. Yep, right when the sun is at its absolute peak. Okay, I know that's a whole lot of bad news, but don't worry. This is absolutely a solvable problem. You can definitely fight back against the heat, and it all starts with a pretty simple, practical playbook. Here are the 4 critical checks you can make for your system. First, your panels. You've got to make sure there's a good air gap between them and the roof. That lets air circulate and cool them down. Second, batteries. They have to be in a well-ventilated, shaded space. Never ever in a sealed hot box. Third, your inverter. Give its cooling fins plenty of room to breathe, and try to keep it out of direct sunlight. And fourth, the wiring. Check that your cables are the right size for the job so they don't become little heaters themselves. And this really brings us to the most important point of all. Managing heat isn't just about trying to squeeze out a few extra watts of power. It's about the fundamental safety and the long-term health of your entire system. So here's the simplest rule of thumb I can give you. Go and check on your system. If any part of it, a cable, the inverter's case, your battery, if it feels too hot to comfortably touch, that is a massive warning sign. It means it's already running way beyond its safe limits and it really needs some attention.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to kind of chew on for your own setup. It's pretty easy to build a system that works on a perfect, cool, sunny day. But the real test, that's how it performs in the real world, with all its heat and imperfections. So is your system truly optimized for the sun, or is it just fighting a losing battle against the heat?